Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Phoebe. Welcome. It's a Friday. We just have people doing stuff at the house, so I'm popping out this morning before I do have some cooking to do, recipe writing, a slower day after a busy week. As usual, I'm just popping out to get some ingredients for the things I'm making, which includes a vegan rendition of the Ottolenghi cauliflower cake. It's quite iconic. It was going to be in that large cookbook that I made a lot of recipes for in 2020. God. But that didn't eventuate, and after rethinking how I want to go forward, wasn't a collection of recipes that I really wanted to stand by in a being published properly type way. But we diverted. But so a lot of them are getting published just in the odd weeks where I haven't got a fresh recipe developed for the website in real time. I also have quite a few bags of things to drop at an op shop in cleaning out my grandparents' place process that we are in. But it's lovely to see you, and I'll check in with you later. Hello again. I've just got my cauliflower cake in the oven. In cleaning out my grandparents' place, my grandmother was a super duper enthusiastic, love to host people type cook in her heyday, and you bet your bottom dollar I'm going through all her cookbooks, and there are some classics. This one, the Complete Avocado Cookbook, a real 1984 number, has many things which thankfully did not catch on. The general theme is like make avocados richer, which we don't really seem to do anymore. My personal favourite is the stuffed and breaded, whole, unpeeled avocado. Like why? Why keep the skin on? Are you going to eat the skin with the crumb? A lot of questions. I'm also inheriting Nigella Express and Nigella Bites. And then I was very excited to look through her favourite recipe book, which is probably a familiar item many people have stuck in their own fave recipes. Most of them aren't really customizable, but there was one recipe which is already sort of vegan. It's an eggless chocolate cake. I found it. It's called Anne's Unbelievable Chocolate Cake, and the egg replacer, everyone, is mayonnaise, half a cup. So that's very intriguing. Anyway, I really am now drowning in cookbooks in my room. Like this stack that wasn't even meant to be there. But to help with this problem, my dad is, when he's next down and has time, going to help me put a shelf above my door. I could even have some cascading plants coming off it. Yeah, it could be really cute. But yes, it's very needed at the moment. I just got a parcel in the mail, and I think, oh yes, it's a bedbug barrier pillowcase. Interesting stuff, hey? I got it because I thought it's worth a shot in seeing if it helps me wake up with eczema stuff. I know it's helped a couple of friends, and it's that time of year where the skin ain't happy. Does anyone else have one of these? Slash, have they found it makes any difference? I'm now going to make some buns. Don't know if they'll be cinnamon or something else. Yet to decide. But this dough recipe has been such a long time coming. I don't exactly want to give away the ingredients because it's a micro bakery recipe. But it's been hard making one that doesn't dry out like as soon as it comes to room temperature. That doesn't taste like bran or cardboard. Yeah, is soft and has a nice mild taste. And also is really pleasant to handle. Some big helps with this recipe has been the Loopy Wisp blog, which posts gluten-free baking recipes, researching different egg replacements, a lot of Asian baking resources, and really like an embarrassingly large number of trials. This is probably like the 20th different bun type of recipe, if not more, that I've tried. But I think it has been worth it. I am not so quietly extremely confident they're going to be outstanding cinnamon rolls. Also, I probably didn't capture it that well on the camera, but did you see me handling that dough? We were getting on like a house on fire. It's fabulous. Why is that a phrase? The dough is a dream. It's amazing how it transforms after 5 minutes of kneading electrically or 10 minutes by hand. It smooths up. I was quite quick to overlook psyllium husk. But it turns out if you beat it for long enough, the expanded little water balloons don't do that. They sort of just iron out and disperse. Magical. This week I got into Gentleman Jack season 2 and I'm only like halfway through it because it's sort of a release one every week situation. I'm not loving it as much as the first. I mean, they're sort of like settled in their relationship, so it's not as steamy. I mean, that's fine, but I just don't find their chemistry, I guess it's not the chemistry beginnings, but like it's not as firecracky and electric. And we're getting a lot of sub-storylines, which I understand it's not just about Gentleman Jack, it's about the context of the time that she lived in. But we're getting some storylines of like murders where the body is hidden through being fed to pigs. It just keeps coming up and I'm wondering why we need it or what the purpose is. Yeah, it just sort of shocks me that like, oh, there's like a really dark side to this show that on the surface is like about a romance. Anyway, what are you watching at the moment or reading? Please do tell. I have been slowly going through Claire's little Bible, dessert person. This is an overwhelming, heavy resource-laden book. She truly knows her stuff, and it's a little like, how do you know the ins and outs of like the full spectrum? Not the full spectrum, but when it's all put there, you're like, well, this is everything. This is all the baking options. How do you accumulate that knowledge? Something which a friend reminded me of in relation to baking, and me sort of through trialing, setting my own standard for vegan gluten-free baking, is that it might help to think that there are as many variations in different genres of baking, like vegan gluten-free, as there are just in regular. So that leaves you to sort of figure out what you want in it, which for me is taste like the original, but sort of on the wholesome side, but also not like a healthy, tasteless, nut medjool date attempt at a baked good. And also where aesthetically it matches up, because I'm a very visual person and we sort of do eat with our eyes, we judge the book by its cover, which is okay, like it's a full sensory experience. Since I finished the recipe testing for Big Mouth this week, there might be a few remakes, but like the crux is there. The next week before my uncle arrives, he's staying with us for 3 weeks, I'm having like a clean out week. I'm really eager to sort of like bring on another season of the year, and I've loved making the recipes for Big Mouth, but I've just been sort of stuck in a sort of slodge for a bit because I don't think mentally I've been in the best place during that whole process, so it took a bit longer than it should have or could have. So I'm going to have a big clean out of the fridge, use a lot of things up, film a lot of videos because I have a lot of ideas, and feeling spontaneous and definitely not comfy filming with my uncle around. How are you feeling though? Feel like a lot of people are really struggling at the moment, and I think in Australia there's the added layer of election anxiety. How are we feeling about that? I'm actually working on election day this year as like a polling officer. Honestly, I'm just bracing myself for the very, very long day. And then the next day is the open mess event, which I don't know if I've mentioned on YouTube, but I'm making some food which will be part of like, I don't know if you can buy it directly or auction it, but there will be a lot, so pretty sure if you want it you could buy it. It's a collection of artists, and it's going to be held in a very nice art space in Fitzroy. I'll put the links to the tickets below because they're running out very fast, but lots of wonderful Melbourne artists and bakers are donating their craft in raising money for rare cancer research, and it's the day after the election, and it could be the most healing, cathartic, healthy choice to do after that day. So if you're in Melbourne, north side, do think about coming.